Okay, welcome back. In this segment, we're going to talk about the regulations associated with asbestos, and probably the first term we ought to cover is a term called friable or friable. I've heard it pronounced both ways. The proper way is friable. The term basically means an asbestos that you can crush in your hand. So for example, if you put a brick in my hand, maybe it has some asbestos in it, but the chances of me being able to crush that brick or in any way release the fibers that are inside that brick into the air just using my bare hand, not going to happen. By contrast, maybe if we're talking about a popcorn ceiling texture, you put some of that in my hand, I can crush that up and I can release a lot of fibers into the air. So a lot of the regulations that are out there, especially in the United States, are out there to regulate the friable asbestos, again, meaning the stuff that can be crushed in my hand. So there are 52 countries that ban the use of or manufacture or storage or import. Basically, they're just banning all the way across the board anything associated with asbestos. The USA, Canada, and India are not one of those 52 countries. There are still a number of applications of asbestos where it can and still is being used even today. Now, from a regulatory background, most of us generally believe that it was banned in the United States in 1978. That is true, kinda. Actually, there have been a number of regulations that have gone through the years that have restricted or regulated the use or importation or manufacture of asbestos. The first of them is the Clean Air Act, and that was done in 1970. Then you have the next one is TSCA, Toxic Substances Control Act, and it was passed in 1976, implemented towards 1978, and that's the law that we all associate with the end of the use of products like asbestos and lead-based paint and those sorts of things. So that was TSCA, it was 1976. And then you've got AHERA, which is the Asbestos Hazard Emergency Response Act, and that was 1986. So if you want to one-up your fellow realtor as you're talking about asbestos, if he mentions 1978, you can say, yeah, that's true, but there was also regulations passed in 1970 and 1986, and there's ongoing regulations that continue to happen as relates to asbestos. Okay, in the next segment, we're going to be talking about types of asbestos and which ones you should be the most concerned about, what kind you should be expecting. Be right back.